Hey friends, happy Friday to you. I want to send a shout out to all of those who are experiencing weather and crazy phenomena of fires in the Midwest, and I'm just thinking of everyone who is in the path of one disaster or another. So I'm praying for your safety, and let's send really good thoughts to our friends around the world and just hope that they are going to weather this storm. This is a new flow journal, y'all, and these are the bigger-ish flow journals. These are $42. And this one I'll go ahead and show you the spine. It has a dragonfly and then a charm on it that says, "With brave wings she flies." I finished this off. This is such interesting fiber. I think my friend Donna sent this to me. I just really do love it. And I finished this off with some paper beads, some handmade paper beads. It's kind of getting, we're feeling that little nip in the air, so it's time to make paper beads again. I made a whole bunch last fall and winter. Of course, we're going to start out with a pocket, and this is the first signature. Since it is kind of getting fall, I decided that it would be okay to incorporate a little bit of fall into the flow journals now. So our first pocket has something for you to color. It has a few cards in here that I did some stamping on. A cork piece that is just so interesting. I kind of love cork. I think it's super cool. It's very organic and fun to play with. Got some photo negatives in here and a vintage phone message sheet right there. I love those vintage-y things that were used in an office. One of my first jobs was working in an office and at a newspaper, actually. And I think, it's just kind of, it reminds me of a whole lot of, what was going on in my younger life when I was working. We've got some magazine pages for you and some vintage sheet music. I really like the way that this one turned out. It's got the batik fabric on this side that really did match this paper so nicely. And this is part of a dashboard from an old planner. And then I found the chipboard piece that is the same color of purple, and it says one of a kind. And I thought that was pretty cool. This kind of sticks out a little bit, but it's neat, and I don't want to trim it off. If you get this journal and you want to trim it off, then, by any means, it's your journal. You do what you want to with it. We've got a vintage postcard here and a woodcut, some tabs. And this is a fun pocket because it incorporates one of these, a dress form. And the dress form has some sparkle. The papers under here have some sparkle. The little leaf has some sparkle. So it's kind of a nice sparkly pocket for my first signature. I've got books in here for you to play with or give away. They can be used as idea books or sketchbooks or whatever. There's a vintage postcard here, and there is pattern paper on the back and a nice kind of thick stack of pattern paper, so you can play with that. This card says Handmade. I really do love that. This is a travel brochure that I picked up at one of our travel centers here in Virginia. This is so cute and clever. This was given to me by my friend Judy, and it's a little file folder, and I just thought it was so cool. So I put in some sparkly butterflies for you. Of course, we got lots of hairy paper clips and lots of washi tape. This is a homemade envelope that I made from a template, and I did a video about using templates and incorporating them in your flow journals or your art journals or whatever you're making. This is some handmade paper that's just beautiful. Lots of fun papers, scrapbook papers, things like that. This is a Rolodex card that I have finished on one side, but it's not finished on the other. So hopefully that'll give you some fun ideas about how to use Rolodex cards. Love dots. And this was a small, just additional little pocket that I put in here. This is all about the beach and incorporates some purples and pinks. And this has, I'm kind of crazy in love, of course, with cereal box board. And this is a cereal box board piece that I left the I left the glue on here and it looked pretty cool when I was using my sprays, and finished it off with some leather up here, some teal leather. Has some planner elements in here for you and a little bit of pearl bling. Another Rolodex card. This is a vintage postcard from the Muppet Show. It's a Comic-Con postcard. Big thanks to my friend Ann for passing those along. And a tab, a chicken postcard. Gotta have some chickens around here. We got chickens that live across the street and they're fun to watch. They ended up in my yard the other day, so I really had a lot of fun watching them. Got tags and tabs and bookmarks for you. Another vintage element from my friend Ann. Another vintage postcard right here. She's cool, isn't she? And we've got vintage sheet music here. This is an interesting thing. This is a room minder. So you can finish it with acrylics or sprays or markers or whatever you want, and you can hang it on the doorknob of your craft room that says crafter busy, or busy making great stuff, or whatever. It's a fun little element. This is a vintage Christmas card that has some netting in it. It's very pretty. It's very fragile. And we've got some Chinese writing from a newspaper for you to play with. This is gorgeous. It's some pressed flowers, and it says memories to remember things that have happened in the past. And more planner elements. The back of these vintage postcards are signed in pencil. I just think that's extremely charming. And a black feather. One of my sewn books. ATCs. I love these. These are cards that have little artist poetry stories on it. This is the poet Prologue to Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. So that's a really cool element, and you can use some of the text on there as inspiration. I have some border strips in this, a black feather. There's all kinds of stuff in the back of this too. More vintage postcards. A vintage piece from my friend Ann that I adore. She sent me some Italian calendars that her mom had. And we've got more cutouts in here for you. More of the Italian calendar. Some stamps, stamped cards in here. Bookmarks, and more from the travel brochure that I've been getting in the mail, which are lots of fun. And we've got papers in here for you. More planner elements. This is a dashboard that I cut in two, but I really love the way it looks. And some paper that is actually from a gift bag, believe it or not. A ballerina. This says wonderful. I've got my Super Keen Geisha Girl washi tape here. This is an element. This is Tinkerbell. She says never grow up. More stickers for you to play with. This is a vintage piece from 1949, and more planner elements under there. Seems to be heavy on the planner elements. More papers and books and things for you to play with. I like the pink here. I thought that the pink turned out really nicely. And of course, in the back of the book, we've got washi taped in a plastic bag for you with lots of other elements in it. And of course, when you order from me, if you guys know, if you've ordered from me, you know that I always try and give you a whole bunch of free stuff. Now, a word about this, and I think I'm going to have to take it off, y'all, because it's really, it's not holding up. So I'll probably remove this little flower from my closure here, but gosh, I really did like it. I thought it just looked really pretty. I might have to find something else or just take it away altogether. All right. Journal number 2. I love the spine on this. This is some fibers from my friend Jeannie, and I think she sent this to me. I'm not real sure. But this was a ring, and I just kind of de-ringed the ring and put it on this, and I thought that the colors really looked so nice together. We're starting out with a pocket, and I'll just flip through this kind of quick and show you some elements. These are, I think these are vintage postcards too. Really love that. It says beautiful. I've got some very new, interesting papers from my pal Judy. This is a pocket that has a bookmark in it, tag, planner elements. Isn't that pretty? These are stickers, and these are stickers as well, and chipboard piece. This is a charm that is an old sewing machine. Got some handmade papers here, and this is a book. You know, I try and just give you lots of fun things to play with. These are Rolodex cards, some funky cool paper. I've got stickers and vintage postcards in here, travel brochures. This could be the front to a greeting card. It says happy birthday to you. Another really pretty piece that could be used as the front of a card. This is some clippings from magazine. This is a, oh gosh, what do they call that? That is, oh, I can't remember what it's called. A transparency. It says laugh, love, live. And my ode to chickens. I got to put some chickens in each book. Vintage Christmas card. And more chickens and stamped elements and papers for you to play with, vintage cards. This is an old name and address book. I kind of just tore that up. Well, not tore it up. I kind of just took it apart and put it in here. I thought that turned out really, really nicely. And of course, I love the vintage office things. I love vintage office ephemera. Another pretty you could use on the front of a card if you wanted to. Lots of hairy paper clips and planner elements. Puppy dog. Another puppy dog. My dogs have been playing outside today, and they're so funny when they play outside. The way that they run and their little legs just kind of splay out like they're just tiny little puppies. They're not tiny, and they're you know, they're not puppies anymore, but I love to watch them play. They have a great time outside. I have some travel brochures and bookmarks and tabs and tags and more of pieces of travel brochure. These are heart stickers. This is a vintage postcard, and we've got some little books for you. Some fabric to play with. Fabric's always fun just to, as a textural element in anything. And I've got a sewn book for you with a pretty little bookmark right there. This is a black and white cutout from a magazine. I don't know about you, but I really do. I like black and white imagery, like old black and white imagery. And more papers. I kind of try and put a generous amount of all kinds of paper in here for you to play with. And I mean, I don't intend to make it go together, but sometimes it does. Yay! Happy accident. Dragonfly. And this pocket has some sewing elements in it. And I forgot to washi my, I forgot to washi in a package of stuff for y'all. So I will need to address that and get that in there. Oh, it's Halloween, almost Halloween. I think we have pumpkin spice everything right now, right? I'm not big on the pumpkin spice, but when I start to see that pumpkin spice thing, then I know that it's pumpkin time. And I'm the marketing director at a small farm, and oh, our pumpkins are looking so good. And we have kids that come out and pick their own pumpkin and stuff like that. So it's lots of fun. This is an element that I made that it's a pin. So if you want to take it off and wear it, you can. These just some beads on the spine, and Miss Kitty Cat on the front. And she's got her little witch's hat on, but her little witch's hat has a heart. Don't you love it? She's just cute. Alright, and we start off with the pocket. And I really do like these butterflies. I thought they turned out so pretty. And we've got a sewn book for you, a little kitty and a doggy. This is a vintage piece cut from a magazine. A couple dogs there. Some labels and stickers. I love this. It says shoot for the moon. Even if you'll miss it, you'll land among the stars. Got ABCs for you to play with. This is an ATC that says embrace imperfection. Stickers, vintage office ephemera. Some more little skinny books for you to play with. And a dress form. I also, in this one, I started using definitions. This is owl, party, poison, potion, that kind of thing, just to give it a little bit of Halloween fun. Nothing terrifying here. This is a vintage postcard. You know, I think Halloween should be light and fun, but you know, there are such mystical elements in Halloween, and I think that it's good for us to honor the mystical elements, but not get frightened by them. This is a cellophane bag that I made. It's got some goodies in there for you. Things to color, things to cut out, things to stickers to paste on. There's a black feather back here. This is some bat imagery. This is it says create right there. This says wonder. This is a mask. And you can make your own little Halloween mask there. And more things to play with. A train schedule, because this is a map. You know, it's kind of a train map. And I thought, this is from Hoboken, New Jersey. A train schedule. Some beautiful new elements that my friend sent me. They are just so pretty. These are German paper. Just absolutely gorgeous. Some more Rolodex cards for you to play with. It's got to have a napkin. Napkins are so much fun. Some very beautiful sparkly flowers. And the word love. And some new paper clips that a friend gave me. Love those. I really did like this. It says, love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired, by Robert Frost. Isn't that pretty? And we've got some flashcards and elements from an old atlas. I love this little picture, and I used it because you cannot see the little girl's face, and it's a double exposure, so it's got like 3 arms here, and that was kind of, you know, spooky-ish. Got some bird element for you. Stars, lots of papers for you to play with, lots of fun washi tape. A bit of skeletons. Like I said, nothing too like scary, but you know, lots of fun for Halloween. Another very pretty paper clip. I do like the way that those turned out. I got some stickers. This one says, my favorite color is October. That sounds like my friend Lorraine. Here are vintage bingo cards for you. Some vintage postcards. Kind of like that. Just be wild. More things for you to play with here. I love the skeletons. And some buttons and some Tim Holtz words right there. Sorry, I'm trying to stand up and kind of manage this. And this is just chock full of a sewn book and poetry quotes and things like that. And then I put some fabric right here and some fun burlap right there. And you've got a package of elements right here for you to play with. I love the way she came out. She's a pretty little kitty cat. Very sweet. The next book features cats again and goes along with the whole October theme. I do like Halloween. I think it's a fun time of year. It's a very reflective time of year for me as winter approaches, as I think it is for a lot of people. This is again a $42 journal. I love the way that the spine turned out, and I didn't want to cover it too much, so I just added a handmade pen right here, and that's a raven with a red eye. I'm just looking here, see what we can see. I love the very mysterious way that this man looks. This is a travel brochure, and of course one of the frames that I'm super fond of putting frames in here. And we've got skeletons, we've got some more scary definitions like spider and scary story. This is a small notepad for you. More fun things to play with. Stickers, papers, books, tags, tabs, envelopes that are filled with little goodies for you. Vintage postcard, a Rolodex card. Lots of words in this one. Lots of words for you to play with. This one says knock and lantern. This is a vintage piece that's written in Italian. Big thanks to Donna for some Italian text. Very mysterious. Black feather. This is one of the, you can actually create a mask here. You've got a mask, a feather, and some rhinestone elements for you to play with, as well as a sewn book. A little bit of eclipse ephemera for you. We have a big pile of papers right here. And just so we don't get too heavy, we got to have some pink and purple, right? And more fabric. I love that bird. And a big old owl, a wise old owl. And this is a vintage postcard as well. Another vintage postcard from Lord of the Rings. Spiders, pumpkins, skeletons, crows, all kinds of fun stuff. A little owl in a tree and some birds. These are sticker elements. Spiders. This is just packed with all kinds of paper and ATCs for you. A little spider. Another owl. This is Halloween heavy, y'all. And more things back here for you to play with. Stickers. Oh, I see. I think this came out of here. Well, let's take that off. Let's just put this on. I think I was trying to protect that. Did I get that right? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. There we go. And a few things for you to color. And this is the last signature. This is some packaging for you to play with. And a paper bag that I've sewn and put some puppy dog feed on, and this has elements inside it. The Buddha. Things I've cut from magazines. And of course here is a nice big bag of things for you to play with as well. So there we go, guys. 4 new journals for the shop. I will try and get those listed this afternoon. It's Friday, and I really appreciate you supporting me. Thank you guys so much. It's very hard for me to even say how much I really appreciate you, but I do. Thank you for buying my art. Thank you for helping me help my my son, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks a bunch, y'all. Love you bunches. See you soon. Bye.